Hey everyone, welcome back to We Force Snow Ski. This week, we're going to spend a little bit of time and tell you about the Team Bear Freestyle skiing program that me and Miles do each weekend at Bear Mountain Ski Resort. As you know, we have a big family. 8 kids in total. Almost all of them started on the snow at a young age, but Miley, Miles, Mia, and Ryder all started even younger and had their feet in ski boots before the age of 2. This was a conscious decision my wife and I made so that our kids would grow up on the slopes and love the snow and outdoors almost as much as we do. Me, I've been skiing since I was about 12 years old when I bought a pair of skis that were way too big for me at a yard sale and taped them to a pair of winter boots so that I could go down the hill across the street from my house. I finally convinced my dad to drive me to the real ski slope and rent a pair of skis and try it like the rest of the crowd before I kill myself. Since then, I've come a long way. I've skied in Europe and North America, and for the last 10 years, I've been an alpine ski patroller with the National Ski Patrol. I actively patrol most weekends during the winter in Big Bear at Bear Mountain or Snow Summit Resort with the Big Bear Ski Patrol. The benefit of this is that my kids get to spend almost every weekend, most holidays, and even a few school days on the ski slopes when there's enough snow. I've learned enough that you can't take a young child from this to this without a very specific plan if you have any hopes of them enjoying snow sports. So with that in mind, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of We Force Snow Ski. But before we get started, we really appreciate it if you'd take a few seconds and hit the subscribe button below and the like button on this video so that you don't miss a single adventure. Since we're a new channel on YouTube, every subscriber we get can really help us with our journey. Team Bear is Big Bear Mountain Resort's freestyle development and training program for skiers and snowboarders ages 6 to 17. Team Bear's mission is pretty simple: to make your child the best person they could be both on and off the slopes through freestyle skiing and snowboarding. For those of you who don't know what freestyle snow sports is, it honestly is a broad term used to cover several different things. Slopestyle, which is a mixture of features, rails, and jumps on a single run down the hill. Half pipe, and super pipe, which you've probably heard of in skateboarding. It's the same, except the pipe is built completely out of snow and the athletes do a variety of tricks on a single run down the pipe. And skier cross, or border cross, involves all aspects of ski or snowboard racing and free skiing combined with the added elements of racing side by side. I want you to think roller derby on a ski course with jumps, and the first person down the hill wins. This honestly is my favorite one to do. All of these activities are really centered around jumps, features, acrobatics, and most importantly, style, and can be done with skis or snowboards. Back to the topic at hand, Team Bear's really focused on teaching kids these disciplines by skill level, age group, and sport in small groups with highly trained coaches. Speaking of coaches, all of the coaches are PSIA and most are FIS certified, and all are handpicked to participate in the program on their individual freestyle skills, experience as professional ski instructors, and their ability to work with kids. Summing it up, these coaches are the best of the best on the mountain, and you couldn't ask for better people to be with your kids all day long. The combination of a tailored program, highly trained coaches, and a world-class freestyle resort make Team Bear an excellent program to consider if your kids are interested or have a knack for being slightly daring. Team Bear offers 3 types of programs so that you can choose what's best for you and your family. They have a part-time weekend program that meets every other weekend on Saturdays and Sundays from 8:30 to 2:30 each day. A full-time weekend program that meets every weekend on Saturdays and Sundays from 8:30 to 2:30 each day. And finally, a premier program that meets weekly on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 8:30 to 2:30 each day. In addition, there are several training camps offered each season where participant athletes will travel to other locations for training. Typically, those trips are a 4 or 5 day trip to Mammoth Freestyle Park and a national competition trip if you choose to compete at Copper Mountain, Colorado. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room here: money. Being a part of an athletic training and development program of this level and quality isn't a cheap endeavor, but it's also no more expensive than training camps and programs for other sports. So let's go through the numbers. Now keep in mind that at the start of each season the prices change, so you'll need to contact the program or their website to get up-to-date pricing before you make plans. The prices we'll go through today were for the 2021 and 2022 winter season that started at the beginning of December and will end the last day of March this year. So that part-time program that I told you about, where you meet every other weekend, that is $1,675 per season per child. With that, you get 2 weekends per month for a total of 19 days per season, making the cost per training day $88.16. The full-time weekend program is $2,490 per season per child. With that one, you get every single weekend from December through March, or a total of 38 training days per season, making the cost of training $65.53 per day. And the premier training program is $3,640 per season per child, and that's the one that meets 3 times a week, which comes to 59 days per season, making the cost per training day $61.69 per day. I don't know about you, when you look at the total cost, it seems like a lot, but when you break it down to the cost per training day, this number becomes much more consumable. Honestly, here in California, you'd pay more per hour for a daycare or a babysitter than the cost of the training program per day. Okay, last thing about the cost. The training camps to Mammoth Mountain or Copper Mountain are optional and not included in the cost of the program. Typically, if you participate in the camps, it will be about $500 per child plus your own food, lodging, and transportation for each camp. So let's talk about a typical day on Team Bear. Keep in mind that these activities will vary slightly depending upon the skill level of the group, the age of the athletes in that group, but the flow of the day is basically the same. The day starts with a Team Bear meeting on the deck of the resort at 8:30 in the morning sharp. So last-minute group and coaching assignments are made, athletes are updated on snow weather conditions, briefed on any special on-slope notices, and updated on the status of various features and jumps throughout the day. Parents have this last-minute opportunity to let the coach know of any special things relating to their child for that day, such as concerns or injuries, so that adjustments can be made as well. As soon as the meeting is over, everyone breaks into their groups and does on-hill stretches and warm-ups. Athletic conditioning is a big part of this program, and the kids are taught how these warm-ups and exercises can prevent or limit injuries, as well as make them stronger on the slopes. After warm-ups and stretching, the kids head off with their coaches and team to do some warm-up runs on the slope so they can get a feel for the snow conditions. These warm-up runs are normally on the beginner or intermediate runs on the mountain. After the ride up the chair, the coaches usually have the kids do some type of drills through each section of the run, like skiing backwards, or twirly birds, or riding switch, while they are going down the slopes. The groups normally stop at various points along the way and do different types of drills. This is typically lower box rails and jumps so they can get their flow going. Depending upon the skill level and the age group, this routine might be done several more times up and down the lift, or even the whole day until the athletes in the group have demonstrated competencies of the skills and the coach feels they're ready to move on to bigger hills and features for the day. Once warm-ups and drills are done, the coaches will move their groups to other parts of the mountain and find other trails to practice on. Typically, coaches will have their entire team focus on 1 or 2 core skills the entire weekend. They will also work with each athlete on specific items to help them advance their individual goals. This might be tightening up turns, approaches to jumps or features, or even practicing a particular trick on a particular type of jump, or a feature that the athlete might be trying to accomplish. As the day progresses, the coach will work their teams up to bigger runs and bigger jumps if they're ready, if the weather and snow conditions are permitting, and if they have progressed as expected. The team breaks for lunch at 11 a.m. and resumes at noon. The groups take multiple water breaks and bathroom breaks throughout the day, and lunch is on your own, so most parents meet their kids and check in with them while they're grabbing a bite to eat. If an athlete is struggling to keep up with his group or is exceeding the others in the group, he will move from group to group or coach to coach throughout the season. This helps ensure that each athlete is getting the best training and coaching at their specific skill level at any time. Generally, at the end of each day, most teams will take a fun lap on one of the runs the team has wanted to do throughout the day and hit specific jumps or features to try out their skills. The kids really like this lap as it's their last chance to feel some accomplishment at the end of the day. Parents meet their kids at 2:30 for pickup. Coaches typically give the parents a rundown on how things went, discuss any concerns, as well as update parents on specific things they might want the athletes to focus on while free riding or in the upcoming weekends. As we wrap things up for this week, I can't tell you how satisfied I am with the Team Bear program, the values and skills it teaches my kids, and most importantly, all of the community that it provides them when they're on the mountain. Hopefully, they'll love the snow and slopes as much as I do. That's all for this week, folks. We have another video out next week, so make sure you take the time to subscribe to our channel and like this video so that you don't miss a thing here on We4 Snowski.